Hi there, it's Ivan Ang here again. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm missing my little helper, my son Ethan. He's not with me today. He's at school. So I'm going to have to shoot this myself because I want to get this information out there to you as quickly as possible. I promise you that I'm going to take you through my Leadership Signature Coach process, and in order for you to understand what are the critical things that you need to work on, or the topics that you need to come up with in terms of stories, so that you can actually make a big difference to those people that you are mentoring. So here it is. I'm going to go straight to my Blackboard, my brand new Blackboard that I've just broken in with this process, and I'm going to take you through it one by one. Okay, getting straight into it, you can see that in front of you, I've written up on the Blackboard the Leadership Signature Framework. Now, so the process itself takes you through a journey of breaking down the word signature into 9 individual topics that I want you to come up with a story for that really explains and tells a story about what you've been through in order to get to where you are today as a leader. So it starts off with sacrifice. What are the sacrifices that you've had to make to get to where you are today as a leader? Intuition. Now, you're most intuitive in your areas of strength. So what are some of the intuitive calls that you've made in the past to help you? And potentially, what are the ones that have been the right intuitive calls as well? Now, goals. Everyone wants to know what are some of the goals that you've achieved in the past, and also even more importantly, what are the goals that you have as a leader going forwards. Non-negotiables, pretty self-explanatory. It's the line in the sand that everyone talks about, but never actually spend the time in defining. What are some examples that you've had in the past where you are not prepared to negotiate because it would mean that you would have had to sacrifice on one of your morals or beliefs or core values? Okay, so moving on. Attitude. Incidences in the past where you've had a positive or negative attitude, and how had that played out. Traits, character traits are very important for us to realize that it could be our cultural upbringing, our background, our education that has formulated into our character traits or defined us, our character traits, and how has that impacted your journey as a leader. Uniqueness. What is genuinely unique about you as a leader? You could be very different to the next person, and I don't expect you to be the same at all. So, but what's unique about you that people have noticed, and how have you used that as a leader? Resources. Now, we've all had access to different resources. Some have had access to a lot more money than others, and but human resources are something that you need to look upon as well. So how has that helped you in the past? Human capital resources or other resources that you may have had access to, and don't forget time as well. So those are the resources I'm talking about. Come up with the stories that that you can share with those that you're leading. And last but by no means least, experience. Obviously, your experience has been very different to other leaders around you, and you need to share those experiences so that people understand where you have come from. So that's the Leadership Signature process, and I'd love to tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. What I need you to do is actually take one of those particular letters in the Leadership Signature Framework and come up with your own story so that you can then be able to use that story to be able to guide and lead and mentor the people around you that you have been called to lead. That's going to give you a much stronger connection. You can't underestimate the power of stories in being able to connect better with individuals. For me, I love storytellers and I love telling stories. And if you're a member of my mastermind group, you would recall the number of stories that I tell, either being from my family or from my experience with work. And so those are the things that connect more so than anything else that I've come across. So take that process, take that framework, Leadership Signature, apply it to yourself, And if you'd like to find out more as to how you can work with me in order to dive much deeper into each of those topics, I'd love to be able to work with you, love to be able to connect with you and assist you to be that much more effective as a leader. Thank you very much for watching this particular video, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.